let's just get this out of the way right now. Forget everything you think you know about AI assistants. We are not talking about another chatbot. We're talking about something that represents a huge, fundamental shift in how we get things done. I want you to imagine an AI assistant that you don't have to log into, you don't have to open an app for. It's just there, right inside the messaging apps you already use every single day. Always on, always ready to go.
But here's where it gets really different. You don't ask it questions, you give it goals. Because this AI, it doesn't just answer you.
No, it takes on the task you give it. It figures out a multi-step plan to achieve your goal all on its own. And then it actually goes and executes that plan in the real world across different apps and websites without you having to lift a finger.
So let's be perfectly clear, because this part is crucial. This is not just a smarter chatbot. This is a whole new category of tool, one that moves us from just having a simple conversation to taking autonomous action.
The proper term for this is an autonomous AI agent. And that word right there, autonomous, that's the key. It means the system can work independently. It's not just reacting to you. It can be proactive. It can plan and carry out complex workflows all by itself. It's basically like a digital employee you can hire with a single text message.
Okay, let's pause here for a second, because this slide really breaks it down. A chatbot, right, is reactive. You type something, it types something back. It's a conversation partner. But an agent like ClawdBot is proactive. It can kick off actions, it can coordinate between your email, your calendar, and a bunch of other apps, and it can even adapt its own plan if it runs into a problem.
You know, this might be the simplest way to put it. One is built for conversation. The other is built for execution. A chatbot talks. ClawdBot? Well, ClawdBot works.
So you're probably thinking, okay, that sounds pretty cool, but what can I actually do with it? Well, let's get into it. Let's look at what having your own personal digital worker actually means in the real world.
Let's start with the everyday stuff. You can tell it to give you a morning briefing, and poof, it'll scan your calendar, the news, your important emails, and text you one simple summary. Or you can just tell it to clean up my inbox, and it will literally go and unsubscribe you from all those spammy newsletters. Or my favorite, you can just forward an email and say, book this, and it handles all the annoying back and forth of scheduling for you. It just eliminates those little daily annoyances.
But honestly, that's just scratching the surface. It goes so much deeper. People are using this thing as a full-on research assistant. You can literally tell it, find me the best noise-canceling headphones under $300 and summarize the pros and cons, and it will go do the work. I mean, one user apparently set it up to negotiate with a bunch of car dealers through email, and it saved them thousands of dollars. It can even learn your writing style to draft emails for you. And then you see a quote like this, and it all just clicks. The way you interact with it is just conversation, something anyone can do on any device, even an old Nokia. But the power behind that simple interface is absolutely immense. You're not limited by the screen in front of you anymore.
Okay, so the potential is obviously huge. But we have to be serious here for a minute. Giving an AI agent the keys to our digital kingdom, to our email, our project files, our personal accounts, that is an enormous leap of faith. And with that kind of power comes an equal, if not greater, level of risk.
And these concerns are significant. Security is, of course, number one. If your agent gets compromised, your entire digital life is exposed. Then you've got this really tricky problem of accountability. And that third slice, algorithmic bias, that's about the agent learning to do things the wrong way, achieving a goal you set but in a destructive or weird way you never intended. And of course, there's the simple risk of operational failures when we start to rely on it too much. And look, this stuff isn't just theory. You might have seen this story about a car dealership's chatbot. A user basically tricked it into officially agreeing to sell a brand new SUV for $1. Now, it's a funny story, but it's also a perfect real-world example of how these systems can be manipulated. Imagine that same vulnerability in an agent that controls your company's finances. Suddenly, it's not so funny anymore.
And this brings us to a really thorny issue, the accountability gap. When an autonomous agent makes a really costly mistake, who's to blame? Is it the developers who wrote the code but couldn't possibly predict every single outcome? Is it you, the user, who gave the command but maybe didn't understand the risks? Or is it the AI itself which made the decision but, can't be sued? Our legal system has no answer for this yet.
And that really gets to the heart of the matter. The technology, at the end of the day, is just a tool. The real risk isn't that the AI is going to suddenly wake up and take over. The real danger is in us. It's in the amount of authority we are willing to hand over without building the right guardrails and keeping a human in the loop.
So,
As we stand at the very beginning of this new era of AI agents, it's clear the most important work isn't just about building more powerful technology. It's about making deliberate, conscious choices about trust, control, and responsibility.
We've established that these agents can, in theory, do almost anything we can do on a computer. And that leads to the final and frankly kind of unsettling question. Maybe the most important question isn't what ClawdBot is capable of. Maybe the real question is, how much authority are we prepared to give it?